I want to make a point about caring. Caring isn't being the nice guy, the nice person, oh, really stroking and all that. Caring, part of it is loving those people, but part of love is demanding what? The best that they do. Not accepting anything less than their best. Making them accountable for their best performance. That's the key thing. Do you think it's good for somebody to let them slide? No. You're letting them get away, and sooner or later, you know, they're going to go downhill. When I was at Young and Rubicam, had just been promoted onto the biggest account they had. This was the biggest agency in the world, one of the biggest accounts, Procter & Gamble. I was one of the junior account execs, and I was real excited. And the guy calls me in for my first status meeting, and I gave him a little status report that I had kind of written out, and, you know, just general points. And, you know, I figured I was going to talk to him, and I give him the piece of paper, and this guy's name was Lang Martin. And Lang looks it up, and he looks at this paper, and he says, and he threw it in a basket. And I'm like, ugh. And he said, you give me stuff like that, you're going back to the training department. He said, when you meet with me, it's got to be tough, together, right? I don't want to be guessing. I don't want to look at typos. I don't want to look at maybe this, maybe that. I want to tell you, it changed my life. It changed the way I acted. It really flipped me around. And I got promoted faster than anybody else onto top jobs there because I was really buttoned up, unlike I am right now. But, you know, that was the key. You have to demand the best from people. So, you know, there's a balance. You know that whole expression, tough love, right? Tough love. You know, the problem is, for each of you and for me, all of us are either better at tough or better at love. Better at stroking or better at poking? How many of you are better stroking? How many are better poking? How many ain't any good at anything? No, but you have to find out. Like for me, I was always better at stroking, really being a good guy. And I had to really work to get together as a leader and a coach to be tougher. So you want to get a balance. Same is true with your kids. You know, you want to get both. You want to be both. And that's a big part of motivation, a big part of leadership. And let me tell you how to deal with a fire hose. This is a technique I've used for many years, and the first time I used it was with a hospital chain. About 15, 20 hospitals, leaders, 3-day meeting, maybe 50, 60 people. The last session was action. What are you going to do? So I knew there'd be fire hosing when you challenge people. So I did something unusual. I put this on the table. He said, there's a little squirt gun. I said, if anybody fire hoses anything, give them a little squirt. I thought, it's kind of cute. Meeting starts. It's going okay. But for every idea, there was one guy in that meeting came out from the legal department. He works in every company. Every idea that came out was the hose, right? I mean, the doctors and nurses, we tried that, they're going on strike. The insurance companies, they're not going to reimburse us. We don't have the software in it like that. The budgets are in. Do you ever go to a meeting like that? We have these ideas and you got the hoses are out, right? Do you ever go to a meeting like that? You know, we all have. So, after about 20 minutes, the lawyer, you know, just killed his fire, the enthusiasm. I mean, everything was down, down. You know, it's like one rotten apple in a barrel. And there's no energy in the room. There's no ideas. And the chief operating officer comes up. This guy spent 3 months planning for this meeting, a big chunk of dough. And he looks at, and he's responsible for the whole future development of this hospital chain, now healthcare, you know, reinventing. And he sees nothing on the board. And the dude is not happy. I mean, I've never seen a guy not happy like this. He looks at this lawyer, I swear, teeth are out, hearts are good out, his jaws are like that, his face is deep red, he's foaming at the mouth. He's just talking, he said, look at that. You're a fire hose. Every idea. You kill the spark. There's nothing going on. You know what's going on. And he's just pointing. I thought he was going to go over the table. I mean, it was like scary. And all of a sudden, in the middle of his tirade, he spots the water pistol. And he said, I never want to see you in any of our meetings again. Do you understand that? And he shoots the guy. I mean, I couldn't believe it. He shot him right in the face. And his hair was like soaking wet. And I'm like, oh my God, Kriegel, you've gone too far, Jack. But the meeting changed. I swear. People started laughing. They started having fun. You know, when people have fun, direct correlation to creativity. And they started recognizing fire hoses and, you know, all that stuff. It's like, let's say if Hal comes up with a new idea. And, you know, he's stoked about it. Hal doesn't come up with new ideas? Right. Hal is the lawyer in the company? Right. Oh, okay, right. So Hal comes up with a new idea. Someone said, hey, Hal, we can't do that. Somebody else would say, hey, look at that guy, fire hose out. And these were big executives. Suits, ties, dresses. I mean, you know, and they're acting like they're about 11. You see that? Look at that. He fired. They're lining up to squirt people. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And they're coming up with ideas and laughing and all kinds of stuff. And all of a sudden, after about 20 minutes, the lawyer gets up, grabs the pistol. Dead silence. And oh, Jesus, what now? And he goes like this. I swear to God, I can still see it. He goes like this. Boom, 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 shoots himself. He shot himself 3 times right in the face, and everybody's going like this. And he said, if you would have heard what I was thinking, you would have shot me too, so I beat you to it. Out of that meeting came a line of software for hospitals, external health facilities. You know, they were doing that within 4 years was doing about $85–90 million, which was terrific for them. And I want to tell you, without this $1.25 little squirter, never would have happened. And I've told that story many times, written about my books. I get weekly with company logos. You can see where people say, we use these at all our meetings. And in fact, you know what? I got about a year ago, I get a FedEx box. I open up the box, you know what's in there? A super soaker. Guy said, we got big hoses at our meetings, man. So the key is, you got great opportunities coming up. You stoked about those opportunities? Come on. All right. Gotta have passion, man. You gotta have fire. Fire, that's the key thing. You know, so one of the key things, if you want to take advantage of these opportunities, you got to stoke the fires. You got to stoke other people's fires. You got to stoke your own fires. So one of the key things is to remember is stoke the fires, don't soak them. Stoke them, don't soak them. Most important fire to keep stoked is right in here. And I want you to know, I promise you that if you try some of these things, stepping back, rethinking rules, you know, eliminating some of that red time, just some of these things, I promise you, you're going to do more than you ever thought you could. You're going to end up being more than you ever thought you could. And then, you know, your work and your life, if you try these things, will be richer, be much more rewarding, and be a hell of a lot more fun. So remember, take some risks, break some old rules, stoke the fires, kill some of those old sacred cows, chase your big dreams, and make sure when you're doing all of that stuff that you're having a lot of fun. Thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Good luck to you. All right, thank you. All right, good luck. Keep going. Thank you very much.